Hello, my fellow Americans. I sound like a politician, don't I? Actually, I am the furthest thing from it. I do not get involved in politics. Um, I have better things to do, and I was told a long time ago by my grandmother, unless you're going to become a politician or a political pundit, then buckle down and study hard and make something of yourself. So that's what I did. With that said, I am resorting to the last resort, which is uploading a video of myself on YouTube, which I have never done before. And I'm doing it out of sheer desperation to reach out to Governor Romney and Congressman Ryan Paul. I'm sorry, Congressman Paul Ryan. I like you, Congressman Paul Ryan. You're really good at arithmetic, and so am I. Here's what I'd like to say. I'd like to reach out to you and ask you if you would be willing to have somebody contact me in regards to helping you get several hundred thousand of the Jewish voting bloc, the Jewish voting nation, on the Republican side. You have an opportunity, seize it. I mean, you have never had an opportunity as a Republican Party in the history of World War II to bring the Jews across the line. Now, give you a let me tell you a story that perhaps you could relate to. Take Bill O'Reilly on Fox News, for example. He speaks to the Judaic Christian nation. Now, I used to love watching Bill O'Reilly. It was an interesting, controversial way to hear the news and get a non-biased opinion. Um, but over the last several years, he's become so laser beam focused on speaking to this one nation, which is people that are Catholic, people that are Christian, people that he doesn't speak much of Israel. And Bill, I have a beef with you, and I would be willing to beef it out with you any day in your no spin zone because I would spin you around in that chair like there's no tomorrow. I mean, give me a break. You have absolutely no. You know how Glenn Beck, he used to he used to speak to everybody. You only speak to one segregation. It's unbelievable to me. Hannity on at 10 o'clock. He has it seems like he has a sympathetic feeling for Israel, and he mentions that every now and then, and he tries to speak a little bit. He doesn't, not so much because he's not Jewish, but he speaks a little bit and tries to include at least the Jewish nation, but not you, Bill O'Reilly. And the reason I bring that up is because I have a funny feeling that you're not going to like hearing that. Now, back to you, um, Mitt Romney, Governor Romney, and Congressman Paul Ryan. I am bringing the Bill O'Reilly thing up because I want you to understand that Republicans, they speak to, the Christian, the Judaic Christian part of this country. And they do not speak to the Jewish part of this country, which is enormous. Um, there's one other thing I'd like to mention, and that is what everybody knows. I mean, yeah, Jewish people are compassionate. And I saw an interview with Eric Cantor on 60 Minutes, and he was asked the question, why are Jews so liberal? And he stuttered over himself. He couldn't answer the question. And the question is simple. Uh, the question's simple. The answer is even simpler. Jews are liberal because of the way the Republicans talk down at them and talk to them or talk at them. I'll give you an example. You know, my grandfather escaped the tyranny of the horrific things that occurred in Germany, in Europe, in Auschwitz. Many of my family died over there. And a cousin of mine, he made it back and he had the tattoos. He was actually in a camp. And he had a very long and beautiful, successful life over here as an entrepreneur. He had a chain of hotels. And he started with a chicken coop farm, believe it or not. At any rate, the reason I am trying to reach out to you is because I'd like to ask you for the opportunity. It's the bottom of the ninth inning. You know, I called your president of coalitions in Florida for the Jewish outreach. He was so dismissive of anything I had to say and very confrontational. And he made me actually understand why Jews are liberal and why Jews don't really care for Republicans. Excuse me. Um, with that said, though, we have a lot in common, and I think we should start to combine and converge the message, not only the message that you are trying to get out there to everybody, but speak to the Jews. Talk about things I could share with you, inside information, um, just how to speak to Jewish people. You have to understand, we are a nation that has been the most persecuted nation on planet Earth. And I challenge you, and this goes right out to you, Reverend, whatever your name is, Sharpton, Schmarpton. You seem to put your face, wherever there's a camera. And I got to tell you, you are the. Uh, I can't even believe that people follow you or listen to anything you have to say. The black people are not victims, okay? If you want to talk about victims, talk to the Jewish people. If you want to play a race card and the victim card the rest of your life, I mean, how old are you? 80? Close to it? It's like enough already. Look at what a pristine example Condoleezza Rice gave when she got up. Oh, I got cut off. Let's see what